The only way you're going to be able to look past your fears is if you face them. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Chai Guidance, and that is what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, of course, there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, so always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest, and grab your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over 5 recommendations on how to look past your fears, as well as 3 to 5 disclaimers, so therefore you're aware of what that looks like to you. Number 1, when it comes to facing your fears, you need to know what it is that you're afraid of. You cannot start problem solving and come up with solutions and even get the recommendations in this video until you acknowledge what it is that you are afraid of. So whenever you have the chance, whenever you see this on your notes that you are taking, or even in the comment section, let me know what it is that you're afraid of. The second thing, which ties into the first thing, is understanding why you are afraid. So for example, I used to be afraid of spiders. Why was I afraid of spiders? Because I was never taught on how to kill them. It's simple. The third thing, and I'm going to go back to number 2 and elaborate, is not being afraid, not being embarrassed, or not being ashamed. Why? Because there's a reason why you used to be afraid of whatever it was that you were afraid of. Maybe you were naive, like myself. Maybe you were uninformed. Maybe you were uneducated. Maybe you didn't have a certain level of awareness or understanding. Maybe you didn't have the resources. It's not fair to you to beat yourself up over something that you did not have control of, or maybe you weren't able to understand. But as you're coming in contact with these videos and you're deciding to do better, you realize that. And that goes back to the second thing. Like, once you identify on how it makes you feel and you know why you're afraid of it, then you can understand, like, okay, how can I handle this? What can I do about your feelings, like validating them, as well as moving forward to overcome this? And this is the 4th, the 5th thing. This is now when you're able to problem solve. This is when you start to look at it as a challenge. This is when you start to look at it as an opportunity. But it's like, if you don't know what you're afraid of, how it makes you feel, and you don't accept it, like you don't validate it, you're constantly going to feel stuck and stagnant. You have to realize that when it comes to your healing journey and facing your fears, it requires a level of transparency as well as vulnerability, and you just being honest. Like, people who try to shame people or judge people or make fun of people for having fears are wicked. That's evil. And honestly, once you peep that, once you scope the scenery, once you clock it, separate yourself from them, because you don't need to be around people who are going to shame you when they have fears as well. But the difference between you and them and you and I is that we're going to overcome them. So now, what are the 5 recommendations to look past your fears? Number 1, you have to realize that if you're nervous, if you're afraid, if you're suffering from anxiety, PTSD, OCD, ADD, whatever it is, any diagnoses, that you learning to let go of an old mindset and an old behavior and just the old way of thinking requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of effort. The reason why I'm able to make these videos seem so easy breezy cover girl is because I've experienced them. I took the time to do the work. I'm a mental health specialist, a motivational educator, naturopathic physician. So it's just like, I had to put in the time and the energy to start to overcome my fear of the spiders. Now, me personally, at my grown age, I just kill them, or I let them go back outside, because I don't like to kill them, right? But if they're inside, they're not meant to be here. You have to realize that you doing something for the first time is unfamiliar. So you have to be dedicated, you have to be committed, and you have to understand, like, okay, this is going to require change, which is going to be the second recommendation. When you're changing, it's common for you to, like I said, to be nervous and to be afraid, but you constantly have to remind yourself that you changing is for the good. Now, if you don't want to face your fears, you have every right to feel stuck and stagnant and blame your past and make excuses, but it's like, once you decide that you want to overcome your fears, you have to show up for yourself. You have to be invested. Like, you can't be 50-50. Like, you may not be 100% committed, right? You may not be 100% confident, but once you decide that you want to walk in a certain direction or do certain things, you have to continue that. So the fourth thing is being patient with yourself and allowing yourself to grieve. Like, when people go through withdrawals, and over here, because we do things naturally, you have to realize that psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, subconsciously, consciously, financially, howeverly, you're going to be affected. So if you have trauma that's been inside of you, that's been inner, if you had mental abuse, psychological abuse, physical abuse, and you're unlearning that, you have to realize that you're going to go through a period of emotions and you're going to grieve. Like, you have to be able to process your emotions. Like, some days you're going to be moody, some days you're going to be mad, some days you're going to be sad, some days you're going to feel easily triggered. You have to continue to come up with solutions and find exercises on how to regulate your nervous system and your mindset. So therefore, anytime you experience any trigger, you can take a moment, you can relax, and you don't allow it to affect you. Because it's like, speaking from experience, the longer you allow your fears to affect you, the longer you're going to feel stuck and stagnant. And that's why a lot of people suffer from PTSD and schizophrenic and all these other labels and attachments. Oh, excuse me. As well as not becoming successful, and they end up becoming resentful, being bitter, being envious, and you compare yourself, and it's like the time is gonna go by, you're only gonna get older in life, and you're only gonna be upset with yourself because the people and the places and things that you meet in life are in a season, and it's not guaranteed to you. So it's like, just realize that facing your fears could be unfamiliar, especially if you weren't taught and shown. That's why it's really important to follow me, your favorite mental health specialist, on this account. Seek therapy, right? See a psychiatrist. Get some type of assistance from a guidance counselor, somebody that you can find in. If you're into religion, spirituality, or science, go to God, ancestors, universe, Allah, Buddha. Like, you have to be able to release what no longer serves you. And when you take the time to face your fears, you have to show up for yourself daily. This is not something that just happens overnight, especially if you've been used to being afraid or paranoid your entire life. Like, people don't understand. Like, people love to talk about mental health, and it's just like, this is for real. This is very much so serious. Not seriously. It is seriously, but it is serious, is what I meant to say. So on your notes and on your homework assignment, I am challenging you guys to write down what it is that you're afraid of. And I want you to let me know why you're afraid of it, or in the comment section when you see this. And if you're new here, I give out homework assignments. These are challenges that you guys need to complete, right? Because the whole purpose of this channel on this account is to motivate, educate, inform, and for you to become the best version of yourself and have genuine confidence, not fake confidence, and have a level of self-love, right? So you need to do your homework assignment, and you completing your homework assignment is on the notes, right? And coming back to this video and let me know your experience, what you need to work on, what's not working for you in the comment section, or whenever you see the next video. And on this notes for your homework assignment in this video, write down what it is that you're afraid of and how it makes you feel. And another thing, figure out where it started from. If you can identify where this fear started from, because a lot of times fear could be projected onto us. So an example is like, if you are like afraid to be seen because growing up people made fun of you, you were bullied, people talked about you, or you didn't have support, you didn't have confidence. As you grow older, you subconsciously may not even realize you do certain things to hide yourself because you don't want to be seen. So it's like, if you can figure out where it stems from, that's going to help you even more. But just for right now, when you're starting, just identify what it is that you're afraid of and how it's making you feel. Because it's like, if you don't know if you're genuinely afraid of things for yourself versus if it was projected onto you, you're going to be conflicted. And you have to realize that fear, confusion, confliction, chaos, low vibrational. And anybody who's ever projected or said certain things to you and didn't allow you to be you, I'm gonna go ahead and hold your hand and apologize. But it's like, you have to continue to live your life, because the people who try to project fear onto people, they're gonna live their life. Yes, they may be miserable, it may seem like nothing happens to them, but that's not true. That's not the case. So it's just like, as this year continues to go by and just as you elevate in your life, we have to face our fears because we only get one life in this life. So it's like, if you want to do something, don't feel like you're too late or you're too old, because a lot of times where we are right now is a reflection of where we were in our past. And the only way it's going to look different, the only way things are going to start changing is if you learn to believe in yourself over time. Like confidence, like I said over here, we're not faking it. And that's why the energy that I give is here. And for those of you who are going to get it are going to get it, and those who don't, once again, it's a choice. Like being afraid is a choice. You don't have to be afraid just because people say or do certain things, or just because you weren't taught and shown. You asked for a sign, you asked for assistance, here it is. I need you to believe in yourself more than you believe in anybody else. Like, you see people do the things that you want to do. Even myself, when you guys watch these videos, I know I'm an inspiration to people's life. You have to know your inspiration to your own life. I just smacked my face. But yeah, like, we're going to face our fears. We're going to take our time facing our fears. And most importantly, we're going to be vulnerable. Anybody who shames you and judges you, you're hypocritical. And once again, if somebody's going to shame you and judge you about having fears, why do you want to be around them? Like, I really need you guys to start paying attention to the company you keep, because as you grow older, you can have a voice. Maybe, you know, as a child, we're all taught and programmed certain information. So it's like, you know, until you're able to be on your own and take care of yourself, yes, you had to follow certain rules, whether they were negative or positive, abusive, right or wrong. But now it's like you can call back your freedom. You can separate yourself. You have a mind of your own, and that's the goal. So with that being said, thank you guys for liking these videos. Thank you guys for turning on your post notifications so you're subscribed, as well as follow me on all social media platforms. All the information will be down in my description box below, as well as booking your services and your sessions for the month of August or whenever you see this, okay? And I will be going live on my TikTok, my Instagram, my TikTok is in my description. Make sure you guys follow me. If you're not able to afford a session in the service, DM me on Instagram. Let me know what topics, questions, concerns. If, like I said, you're not 100% comfortable engaging in the comment section, but when it comes to the homework assignment, I'm going to be looking for the comments to make sure we're doing it, because this is educational content. This is educational account on this account. If you see me anywhere else on social media, you see me on social media, but it's no reason to be afraid. And it's like, the more you build your confidence, the more you're able to do what you want to do. And anything that tries to make you feel afraid is external. Like, a lot of times, once again, people deflect and project from their limitations and their beliefs for whatever reason. You don't have to receive that energy. You don't have to internalize it. Once you make up your mind that, you know what, I'm not afraid of anything or anybody, you know, what's for you is what's for you. And if people feel how they feel, it has nothing to do with you. It's outside of you. And that's where a lot of the fear stems from. Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So make sure you're willing to unlearn and learn, and practice daily. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. If not, stay tuned. I love you guys. See you later.